Hi, welcome to the video. I just got back from some travels. I visited my grandparents in Miami, and I also went on a small trip with my partner and his parents. So I'll be showing you the makeup that I ultimately used on these trips. I brought a lot more than I'm showing you in this video, but I'll just be going through what I actually ended up using, because after the first couple of days I noticed that I needed to be stopped. I actually kind of anticipated that this would happen, so I brought two makeup bags. This one's really cute. This one's pretty new. I got it off daisyrose.com, I think, and it was $20. It was really nice. It's really cute. It looks like a Louis Vuitton bag. So yeah, Daisy Rose. I like it, but it's difficult to see everything inside of it. It doesn't really like open all the way, mostly due to the fact that this is a stiffer faux leather. So I actually ended up going back to this bag, which is a Christian Lacroix Rouge whatever bag. I got this from a thrift store. I've probably had this since my first year of high school. Just a classic, opens up all the way. It's nice and dirty on the inside. Yeah, this bag has seen some things, but let's just go through everything, and as I go through I'll just be adding it to my bag so you can see how full it is at the end. You'll see the bag at the end. So the first thing that I want to go through is my sunscreen, and this basically just dueled as my daytime moisturizer and SPF, and this is the Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration Weightless Face Oil-Free Lotion Sunscreen. This made me excited to put on sunscreen. Usually that's not the case. For a long time I was using sunscreens that just sucked. Like, more often than not, I wasn't using sunscreen. Terrible, right? And then of course I learned needed to use sunscreen and was just using a ton of them that made me feel sad. Like, I would just dread having to go outside, having to put this on before going outside, putting makeup on top of it. Nightmare. But this, I actually bought it while I was in Miami, and I really like it. It feels like a moisturizer. It's really nice and thick, and when I put it on, it just feels really beautiful. It looks so glowy on the skin, and it feels good. It doesn't feel like, ew, sunscreen. It feels like, ooh, sunscreen. I almost bought a Balm sunscreen, I think, while I was out. I saw like the little travel sizes, but I'm really glad that I didn't buy it, because I had seen some videos actually of some people talking about how it would run in their eyes or pill up on their face. I only thought about purchasing it after I was holding the other sunscreen in my hand, and then I spotted it, and I remembered Samantha Ravndahl's video where she talks about it. She did a sponsorship with them, and of course, like with sponsorships, I know that a lot of people are like very skeptical, but I'm really glad that I picked it up. And I think she might have mentioned that it didn't feel like sunscreen, and what I associate sunscreen with is thick, heavy, greasy, white chalk, and this does not feel like that in the slightest. It's the opposite of that. It does have a little bit of scent to it, but to me it's not that noticeable. You might have a different experience with that, but all in all, I really like this. I would highly recommend. I'm going to repurchase. I've definitely made I've definitely used up quite a bit of it, I would say. So I'm probably gonna go through it pretty quickly, I'm guessing. But I think that's good, and we'll just have to see. I am excited to continue my sunscreen relationship with this. Next up, the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. So this has to be one of my favorites. I'm starting to run low on it. It's getting difficult to pump out. This has buildable coverage. It's very nice and dewy on the skin. Some people might think it looks sweaty. I think it looks, I haven't powdered or anything on top of it. It's luminous. I don't feel like I look damp or anything like that. This for me is a tried and true. When I reach for this, I'm excited. I don't feel dread. I apply a little bit more to whatever blemishes or whatever I'm trying to cover on my face, and I feel like it covers them while still looking relatively natural. I don't think that it looks like I have no makeup on, but I don't feel that it's like, oh, cake, or ew, makeup. I don't think that it looks like that. And I did apply it with this Real Techniques brush while I was there. Usually I don't care about paddle foundation brushes. I usually look at this and think, not for me. But this is great in terms of being really small. You don't have to dampen it, and just sweeping it with short, honestly, it makes me think of like a broom. So I'm just sweeping it. And it works really well, like short motions. It's great. Following that, I would use the NYX, the brow glue, and I really appreciate this for being a nice crunchy hold. It has a very nice tapered brush on the end to really get my brows up. I only use one dip of the brush, so I pull it out. That's all the product that I'll use on both brows. I've heard from other YouTubers that the brow glue will appear on the brows to be like white and flaky. I think that can be dependent on brow type. When I apply too much, it does show up on the brows, and so by using the method that I have found to work best for me, I don't really get much of that, and I feel like it holds my brows up, and for me it just works. It's definitely a strong team player in my makeup collection, and it worked perfectly on my travels. I never felt like, oh my gosh, my brows are going to fall by the end of the day. I didn't think that for a moment. Even in the Miami heat, where I've been, there's been some serious heat waves, and my brows have stayed up through the entire time. Following that, I would apply mascara. This is the L'Oreal Bambi Eye Mascara, and the thing I really like about this mascara is that it focuses most of the volume on the center of the eye, which contributes to a wider eye effect. That's where the doe eye effect comes in. I think it's natural for a mascara. I don't curl my eyelashes or anything like that. I just want to swipe it on and feel like my lashes are there without doing too much, I guess. I don't know. There was a long time where I just didn't wear mascara, and now when I put it on, I want it to do something without doing too much, mostly because I feel like my eyelids are very oily, and that can add to flaking, smudging, which I don't get with this mascara. I feel like I can just reach for this, put it on, feel really cute, and move on. I do get this on my eyelids quite a bit. The brush is one of those rubber bristle kinds. I kind of just let that go, but if that's something that might bother you, it's something to consider. Now I have two eyeliners. First, the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in 502 Infinite Sand. This has been a staple in my collection since November 2019. I got it on sale for $11. I think it's usually $22 or $20. It really adds a bright appearance to my eyes. I hate getting told that I look tired, mostly because my waterline is reddish, and popping this on the waterline really takes care of that for me. The formula is pigmented and supple, so it gives a little bit. I don't feel like I'm scratching anything along my lower eyeline, and this just works perfectly for that. It's really nice and comfortable on the eyes. Then I'll follow that with the Marc Jacobs Eyeliner Gel Eyeliner in Pewter Please. This is just a very pretty sparkly eyeliner. I smudged this along my lower lash line. It adds a little depth, a little bit of reflect, a little interest to the eye. I did bring eyeshadow with me. I used it a couple of times and then I just didn't find a use for it. So using that, I'm really glad that I brought that gel eyeliner with me because it adds a little bit of pop to my eyes without adding significantly more steps, without being more fussy. I just felt I was able to quickly slide it on and feel really pretty for the rest of the day. Next, I brought this Disney Designer Collection Horse and Carriage highlighter. It's super pretty. I really love this highlighter. I bought it pretty recently. I was expecting to be disappointed. I have wanted it for a really, really long time, and I was on the search for Revlon from NARS. I bought this pretty recently. I was kind of expecting to be disappointed because I had wanted it so much for so long. I was afraid that it was going to not meet my extremely high expectations, but I'm really glad that I bought it and brought it with me because it was really exciting to put it on. And a powder highlighter in the year of 2021, no, who would have thought? But I've just been skipping blush and bronzer and going straight for highlighter, and I've been feeling much more glowy because of it. It's made me excited to wear highlighter. I mean, I don't know. I was told that it was going to be like super blinding, and in some ways I do think, in some ways, in some angles maybe, but I feel like it's pretty natural and still eye-catching. I bought this as a dupe for the NARS highlighter Rivage, which is available only in the limited edition palette Bonk de Sable. I'm really glad that I didn't buy that limited edition palette secondhand. I was seriously considering it for a while. I was seriously considering dropping up to $80, $125 for that palette. I'm glad I didn't because this meets those expectations, meets all the expectations that I had for Rivage. It was significantly cheaper, and it also means that I didn't have to bring additional highlights in at the same time, and the single package the single product package of this makes it so much easier to reach for, easier to grab, rather than opening up a palette with other accompanying highlighters that I know that I wouldn't use. As for lip products, I brought 4 with me. These are my hard hitters. So I brought this little pan project with me. This is the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm in Berry. Beautiful. I love it so much. Never lets me down. It's really beautiful and juicy and shiny on the lips. Love it. I'm getting significantly closer to finishing it. Ooh, you can't see, but there's only a little bit left, and I'm feeling very enthusiastic about the end of it. Another glossy lip product that I brought with me is the Ulta Beauty Tinted Jelly Lip Balm. This is beautiful. It's so glossy. It really is just lip gloss in a tube, like straight up gloss. It's the grape shade, but really it's just a scent. There's not very much color to it, and it's very easy to apply. Don't need a mirror, just smudge it all over, and juicy lips for days. It's a great find. I'm very happy with it. I've made quite a bit of progress on it too. I might finish it before the end of this year, and I already have I might finish it before the end of this year. Next is the Maybelline Color Sensational Lipstick in 920 Nude Lust. So what I have on my lips right now, this is the one that I wore the most. It's this very beautiful nude lip color. It is the palest shade that they have. I've really been wanting 910 Bare All. Definitely trying to remind myself that I don't need to spend $20 on a discontinued lipstick. Not something that's necessary right now. But I am very tempted because it is paler than this, and since I love this color so much, this formula is very, very nice. It's the palest lipstick that I have that works for me. So we shall see. It's more than halfway done. I know that I could most likely finish this before the end of the year if this color continues to trend in my heart. Now, a tried and true, another similar to a lip gloss in a tube but more pigmented, is the Revlon Super Lustrous Glass Shine Lipstick in Raisin. This color is absolutely divine. It's mauve brown, perfect for just about any neutral look. I feel like it goes with everything. I'm able to throw this in my purse and make a statement, or still make it fade into the background, but it's still very eye-catching in that, like, ooh, like, I wear this and I feel like I'm a person that I would hate. Like, okay, gorgeous, who do you think you are? That's how I feel when I wear this. I've definitely been veering more towards like these paler, pastier beiges, but this comes through and I feel like it makes me look fresh and like, I don't know how to describe. And I feel like this is a color that would flatter so many people. And if you've tried it and it hasn't worked for you, let me know. But if you've tried it and you love it, also let me know so we can continue to talk about it. To top this all off, I brought a fragrance with me, and it is the Burberry Her Eau de Parfum. This is a really sweet fragrance. I really, really like it for that. I still feel a little missing in my heart because I'm almost done with the Angel Nova from Mugler fragrance, and I want that back. But this one is really nice and fresh, and fruity and sweet. I feel like it's much more top heavy, and I'll go through the notes in just a moment. This fragrance is very sweet, but not overpowering. It's very fresh and light. When I was looking up the notes to the perfume, it surprised me that there were so many notes. I initially thought that it was basically strawberry, raspberry, maybe some almond, but there's significantly more notes to it. The top notes are strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, sour cherry, blackcurrant, blackcurrant, mandarin orange, and lemon. The middle notes are violet and jasmine, and the base notes are musk, vanilla, oak moss, cashmerian, woody notes, amber, and patchouli. I don't get very much of the woody notes. I don't get very much of the vanilla. I very much love woody notes. That's one of the reasons that I kept wishing that I had the Mugler Angel Nova, because the Akigalia wood in the Angel Nova is very strong. This one, I didn't really sense those woody notes very much at all. As for the vanilla, I don't like vanilla. I mean, maybe it's in there and I just don't have the nose for it, but I personally don't like strong vanilla scents. So if you're looking for a very strong vanilla, this may not be the one, but it's in there. So if you like a light vanilla note, maybe. I really like this fragrance and I'm excited to continue wearing it, but I'm still, every time I spray this, I'm still like reminding myself that I would much prefer to have the Mugler Angel Nova. So we shall see what the future holds. I'm still making significant progress, getting quite a bit of good use out of this full ounce. So we shall see. Now this is my bag all filled up. Woo. So yeah, that was everything in my travel makeup bag. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to leave me a like or a dislike, tell me a little comment if there was anything in there that you're in my bag that you're interested in hearing more about. Tell me what's in your travel makeup bag or your wishful travel makeup bag. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.